B-Jump Sunset World.
Sushi,
Sumo, Tokushima.
この番組は地域密着型のボランティア活動を徳島で行っている国際ワークキャンプのメンバーがお届けする30分です。
This 30 minutes broadcast is hosted by volunteer members who come from abroad to help the community of Tokushima.
Good evening, everyone. We are your hosts for this evening. I'm Ricky from Tokyo, Japan.
I'm Kanon from Okinawa.
I'm Risty from Indonesia.
I'm Wataru from Tokyo, Japan.
I'm Ami from Indonesia.
I'm Mona from Tokyo, Japan.
I'm Star from China.
And I'm Diana from Russia.
This radio program, Sushi, Sumo, Tokushima, is live on FM Bizan. This 30 minutes broadcast is hosted by volunteer members who come from abroad to help the community of Tokushima. Popular images of Japan, sushi, sumo, yes, but we would like people around the world to know not only those images, but more things about Japan. They share the news from Japan and information about Tokushima, a place that welcomes foreigners from all over the world. No one knows what language will be spoken or what kind of topics they will bring up. Don't miss it.
Sushi,
Sumo, Tokushima.
So today we're kind of a big member, as you realise. Normally it's like Mitch or Himena, but it's 8 of us today. So we're a short-term volunteer group who is helping out Hyotanjima Suitosai. So it's Hyotan Island Water Festival. So we're 8 of us, and we're quickly just going to introduce ourselves, what we're doing. So from 13th to the 16th, there's the Water Festival, and on 13th there's the festival from 5 o'clock to 9 o'clock. Then on 14th, it'll be the whole day from 10 o'clock to 9 o'clock at night. Same for the 15th. And on 16th, from 10 o'clock to 4 o'clock in the evening. And there's going to be fireworks on the 14th and 15th from 8 o'clock in Aibahama Park. So we're going to help out run the eco station. So we're just quickly going to kind of introduce ourselves and for most of foreigners, why we chose to come to Tokushima. Should we start with Ami? Why did you choose Tokushima in the first place?
Okay. First, I like Japan so much, and I like to know about Japanese culture, and also why I choose Tokushima, because I never heard about Tokushima. So in this opportunity, I will find out about Tokushima.
Okay, right. How about you, Star? You're from China, but why did you choose to come to Tokushima then?
Because I really like Japanese culture, and this is the first time I come to Japan. Tokushima is a place in Japan, and I hear that it will have a festival in Tokushima, so I choose here.
Oh, right, okay. How about the people from Japan there, perhaps? Wataru, why did you come from all the way from Tokyo to Tokushima then?
Well, I've never been into the volunteer, so I wanted to try something beneficial in my university break. And I chose Tokushima because I heard that Tokushima is having festival right now. So I wanted to study and see how it's like.
Oh, okay, right, fair enough. How about you, Kano? You're from Okinawa, so perhaps you're the closest actually to Tokushima, but why did you come? Why did you choose here, really?
Yeah, because I have never been to Tokushima, and Tokushima is not nowhere. So I was interested in Tokushima and Tokushima's festival.
Okay, right, fair enough. Then Diana, why did you choose to come to Tokushima?
Really, I'm very interested in Japan, but it's not interesting to come to Japan as a usual tourist. I want something active, and volunteering and work camps is the best opportunity for it. So just Tokushima, just because my schedule was very busy in June and in August, so that's why it was a great opportunity to come here and to help with this festival.
Yeah, perhaps. However, for the past week, it's been poor weather all around in Tokushima. But oh well. Let's talk about hobbies then. Mone, what kind of hobbies do you have personally?
I always listening to music and
Kind of J-pop, maybe?
Yeah. J-pop. I like J-pop so much, and I like exercising.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
So working out in the gym and just those things.
Just jogging.
Oh, just jogging. Oh, right. Do you actually do those things, jogging?
No.
Oh, okay, right. Okay. Fair enough. How about you, Risti? What kind of hobby do you have?
I really love culinary.
Okay.
Absolutely, I love cooking.
Okay, cooking, right. So we've been fed by Risti a couple of times, and we certainly enjoyed her meal. Yeah, we certainly enjoyed her meal so far. Whereas I'd take about half an hour to chop one ingredient. So I'll try to improve in the next week or so. How about you, Star? What's your hobby then?
I like reading novels in my free time.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Right. Do you read in Chinese mostly?
Yes.
Okay, right.
Crime novels. I like it.
Right. How about you, Deanna? You have a kind of a special hobby, I guess.
Yeah, I like quests so much. Really, they exist in the whole world, but its specific is only in Russia because it's just a room from which you need to escape. But there is some problem because there's a maniac in this room, so that's why
Fair enough.
you need to just use all your opportunities, everything just to escape, just to run from him and run. And really, people don't understand why I'm so crazy about it. But
we don't even. Yeah, we. I must be honest. What is Quest? I've never heard of it before.
Yeah. But it's just worth to at first go and experience it yourself.
Okay, right. How about you, Kano? Is there any hobby that you particularly have?
My hobby is watching Japanese anime.
Japanese anime. Okay, what kind of ones? Maybe the listeners might recognize some of them. One Piece or maybe One Piece. Oh, I have no idea about manga. Or do you watch animes, mangas, read mangas as well?
Oh, yes.
Okay, right, fair enough. Ami, what kind of hobbies do you have?
I like playing table tennis.
Table tennis,
yes.
Yeah. Right, fair enough. So we about a week ago, we like most of us went to play a bit of table tennis. She was so passionate all the way for the whole hour. It was really hot in there, but her passion is like way more than that. So that was good fun, wasn't it? How about you, Wataru? What kind of hobbies do you have?
Well, I often go to fishing in summertime, like sea fishing.
Okay, right. Are you planning to go around here, like in Tokushima, maybe?
I hope to, after this volunteer.
Okay, right.
The fun part is cooking and eat the fish that I caught. So.
Okay, right. Fair enough. Try not to go to Naruto because that'll be a bit risky when it comes to fishing, all the kind of waves and stuff. Particularly, I wanted to introduce my hobby. I'm kind of promoting rugby all around, so I wanted to introduce. So there's going to be Rugby World Cup next year in 2019. There'll be a couple of matches held in Kobe. So people in Tokushima, if you're interested, please head over. What should we talk about? Let's talk about how your impression's been for being in Tokushima for a week now. I know the weather's been poor, we haven't gone out much, but what's your impression, Ami, perhaps? How about you? What's your impression of Tokushima so far?
Okay, my first impressions of Tokushima is Tokushima have a really nice view and also kind people, and then I love them.
Okay, right. A couple of days ago, talking about views, I think we all hiked up Bizan, which we really enjoyed. I think the view from up there was absolutely fascinating as well. Mone, how's your impression coming from Tokyo, which is pretty big city, what we call metropolis, but what's your impression on Tokushima?
The first impression is the street is so complicated in Tokushima, so I cannot understand how to go to our department from the station. Yeah,
really, it's very tricky. In Japan, I mean Tokyo, I guess. In Tokyo, there's metros and subways. So if you just take that, you can get most places. But around here, you get quite lost. I've lost my kind of direction a couple of times already. How about you, Deanna? What's your impression coming from all the way from Russia? Maybe other than the fact that it's very hot, we recognise, but yeah.
No, No. You all think that Russian people will say that it's hot. No, it's not cold in Russia the whole year. Maybe in Siberia, yes, but in Moscow, no. Just it's okay, but too humid, really. Not, but in Moscow we have the same temperature, really. In this time.
Right, fair enough.
Yeah, but what about views? I feel like I'm in some kind of an old movie of Jackie Chan,
Okay, right,
whom I love so much. Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. How about you, Star, coming from China, which seems like it's a close country, but the culture's very different. So how's your kind of first impression of Tokushima then?
I think Tokushima's roads are very clean.
Right.
In China we are not very clean.
Fair enough, yeah.
Yes. And I think the roads are very complex. Yes, I can't remember anyway, I think.
All right, fair enough.
Yes.
I mean, at least there's like konbinis like every couple of 100 meters. So if you're really hungry or if you're thirsty, they'll perhaps save you. Kana, what's your impression comparing from Okinawa maybe? What's kind of different?
In Tokushima, there are many big mountains.
Right, yeah.
So I was so excited.
Right, yeah, fair enough. There's not many I mean, it's like Bizan's maybe one of the first ones you've climbed, so it must have been exciting. So I wanted to relate the song today to fireworks, because as I said, I'll repeat, on 14th and 15th from 8 o'clock in the evening and the night, actually. In the night, there'll be fireworks shot up. So I hope that if you're free, 14th and 15th, you come over to Ibanhoe Park, there'll be fireworks shot. So now we would like to play one song. After that, we will talk about festivals.
Sushi,
Sumo,
All right, welcome back, everyone. I hope you enjoy the song. So the song is Firework from Katy Perry. So we want to link the theme of the program today to festivals. So I wanted to personally compare, because we got a lot of diversity in our group. So we want to compare how our festivals are like in our hometown compared to the one in Tokushima. So I shall start. I normally live in Scotland, in St Andrews, and St Andrews is, not a very big city. It's kind of a university town and a golf town, really. In my university, there are a couple of festivals, I say. It's kind of university original tradition that we have, something called Raisin. And on that day, it's just an absolute mess, actually. We just drink for the morning, get really drunk for the whole day. Then on the next day, we have something called a foam fight, which is very famous in Scotland. So where students gather in a field and we have foam cans, so like shaving gels on our right, left hand. Then we just shove foam at each other. It's a really good fun. So that's a festival that I really embraced in the past year. So, and other people definitely have different kind of varieties of festivals that we've been to. Risti, what's the kind of festival that you've been to, and how does it kind of compare to the one in Tokushima?
Well, in my country, there are a lot of festivals, but especially in my country, I've been involved in International Anti-Corruption Day, which is held in 2016, and it's about how the government promote the anti-corruption day, especially for the youth itself. Okay, so we have the declaration of anti-corruption from the youth of 20 countries all over the world. So the youth from 20 countries invited to declare the anti-corruption day in.
Okay, right. Oh, that's very interesting. That's kind of a different kind of aspect, I guess, from our festivals that we have in Japan, because that's more like political in a sense.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's very different to ours, where it's more about, I think in Japan it's more about history, I guess. Mone, you're from Tokyo. What kind of festivals have you been to before?
Okay, one of the most famous festival in Tokyo is Asakusa Samba Carnival. And samba is Brazilian musical genre and dancing style, and which is originated from Rio de Janeiro. And it will be held at the end of August in Asakusa in Tokyo. And nearly 20 teams of samba team walk along the street and singing, dancing, and playing the percussion instruments. And it starts from 1981, and nearly 500,000 people come to see it. So
right, it is a big festival, isn't it, in Asakusa? Yeah. It's kind of weird because Asakusa is very like traditional, I'd say Japanese kind of atmosphere, where they bring the Brazilian culture in. It's a kind of fascinating event as well. Yeah. Deanna, what's the festival that you've been to?
So last year I participated in some historical reconstruction. It's really very interesting when people just act like they are now living not in the 21st century but in 15th. It was called the Grandstand on the River Ugra. It is just about very important event in Russian history, and we pretended to be Mongols.
Oh, right, okay, right.
Yeah, we have some traditional costumes, traditional buildings, like it's not really buildings, traditional food and so on. We had great show for everybody who came because there were dozens of people who were riding horses and great music, and everything is so just, and you just see this historical place. It was held really on that place where this event was in the 15th century. Really, it's 1480s.
Oh, right, okay, that's very old, isn't it? Yeah.
And when you go there and understand that 500 years ago, such important event was there, you're just so excited about it.
Yeah, that sounds very different to the ones. I mean, I think I don't know much about Russia, but it's just sounds amazing, isn't it? Star, what's your kind of festival that you've been to?
Okay, in China we have a festival called New Year's Eve. It's as lively as the sweet side. In the evening of New Year's Eve, Chinese people will buy materials to make a big dinner.
Okay,
yes,
right.
The family gather around the table and begin to eat at 12 a.m.
Okay, right.
We eat dumplings, fish and meat. We will put corns in the dumplings. If someone eats a lot of corns in dumplings, it maybe means in the new year she will be very rich.
Okay, right. Yes, okay, I'm definitely going to try that then.
On New Year's Eve, people can sleep at night because in China there is a traditional monster named the year.
Okay.
If you sleep, you will be taken away by the year.
Okay, right. So they're kind of background to it, isn't it? Yeah, fair enough. How about you, Kano? You're from Okinawa. What's your kind of festival that you've been to?
In Okinawa, Nahari is one of the most famous festivals.
Right.
Nahari will be held in Okinawa from May 3rd to May 5th.
Okay, for 3 days then, is it?
It's a festival pray for the safety of fishes and fishing.
Okay, right, so fishing, isn't it? Yeah.
I will draw a ship called Sawani and fight the speed time from the start to the goal.
Okay, right.
It's similar to Dragon Boat.
Oh, right, Dragon Boat. I think that's a very famous festival in Hong Kong where they kind of compete with the speed as well. Ami, what's the kind of festival that you've been to and what kind of similarities?
Okay. In Indonesia, we have a lot of festival. So I just tell one. This call is Bakar Tongkang Festival.
Okay, I'm not going to try to repeat that, but yeah, tell me more about it.
Okay, Bakar Tongkang Festival be held in Bagan Siapi-Api, capital of Rokan Hilir Regency in the Riau province.
Okay, right, okay. Yeah, keep going.
Okay, literally meaning burning the last ship, Bakar Tongkang is an annual tradition commemorating the fateful decision of the first Chinese migrants who left their homeland by ship and settled in Riau on the island of Sumatra.
Okay, right.
Okay. This festival celebrated annually on the 6th day of the 5th month according to the Chinese calendar.
Okay, right.
So, at the peak of the festival, which is the burning of a huge ship's replica, locals believe that the direction where the main mast fall, whether facing the sea or facing inland, will determine their fortune in the coming year.
Okay, right.
If the mast falls to the sea, they believe that fortune will come mostly from the sea. But when it falls on land, the fortune for the year will mostly come from land.
Okay, right. So they kind of assess which they could perhaps kind of focus on, really. How about you, Wataru? What kind of festivals have you been to and what kind of similarities, differences within Japan do you reckon?
I came from Tokyo, and one of the most biggest festival in Tokyo would be like Asakusa Samba Carnival. But I came from the the like kind of bottom part of Tokyo, which is called Yutenji. And we have like a Yutenji festival in like a July. And in Yutenji festival, they have like a Bon Odori, which is like a Japanese like dancing, right?
Yeah,
and
absolutely. Yeah.
Like Yutenji has the original lyric for it, and like Yutenji Bon Odori is only danced by like kids, elementary school kids.
Elementary school
and they have like they put hands on their head, and with the like original lyric, they dance in like a really cute way. Like they shake their body.
Oh, right. Fair enough. They're very small kids, aren't they? So kind of comparing the differences, I think personally what I feel about Japanese festivals in particular is something like kind of preparation is more like important in Japan, I guess. Like we kind of, for example, couple of days we joined the Awaodori team, which they're going to take part in August, and what we kind of got the impression is they actually started practicing from May. So they, they prepare for about a good 3 months, and just the way that they put their spirit in, whereas in foreign countries, it's like sports day. I think we can compare it in that way. Like in Japan, on sports day, we perform something, like we practice for a couple of months, whereas in foreign countries, I guess sports day is something like, oh, you turn up on the day, you see what happens, you just take part in the ones you've experienced. So that's the kind of way I feel about the festivals as well. In foreign countries, you kind of experience the things like La Tomatina. In Spain, it's very famous. You throw tomatoes at each other. I don't know who came up with that kind of idea, but you kind of go and experience on the day, not much preparation, but just the spirit is there. Deanna, what kind of impressions do you get? Kind of similarities, differences that you kind of felt.
Oh, really? I can say that Russian and Japanese festivals are completely different, just completely. But what one similarity is just that lots of festivals, they are just like big shops. There are lots of shops, and pay money to enter it, just to go to a huge shop and spend more money.
Okay, fair enough. Oh yeah, that's the kind of main kind of difference, isn't it? But Fyodanji Suita side will have loads of shops there. There'll be fireworks as well. There's going to be water sliders, which we kind of tried out a couple of hours ago. And I hope you will visit and see us there in the Eco Station as well. All right, it seems we have almost reached the end of the program. We are waiting for messages from you with feedback or requests.
Sushi,
Sumo,
Tokushima.
This radio program, Sushi, Sumo, Tokushima, is being recorded live here on B-FM FM in Tokushima. So, most of us, it's the first time on the radio, I guess. What's your impression, Wataru?
Well, I was so nervous before starting radio.
Yeah, at least you're being honest, really,
But I had so much fun.
All right. How about you, Star?
I'm nervous too, it's first time, yes.
Yeah, it's a good experience, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, it's weird. It's just, you come into the room here, it's just a little bit different. Kano, you're the youngest amongst us here. How did you feel? Good fun?
Yes. I was nervous too.
Yeah. Loads of us looked a little bit tense just outside there, but now we're just feeling a little bit more relaxed, I guess. This program is hosted by volunteer members working with non-profit organisation Bizan Daigaku. We're open to and accepting any forms of support or contributions you have to offer within the local community of Tokushima. Please do not hesitate to contact us if you wish to get involved by emailing radio@bizandaigaku.net. We're also accepting requests and messages via email. Please send emails to request@bfm.jp. request@bfm.jp, including the title of the show, Sushi, Sumo, Tokushima, in your messages. You can listen to this channel FM Bizan on the internet with your PC and smartphones. If you're accessing with your PC, go to the website www.bfm.jp and you will find a pink banner written Simul Radio on the left side of the page. If you're accessing with your smartphone or tablet, download the application Listen Radio, then select BFM 791 FM Bizan with area Chugoku, Shikoku. If you are listening to this radio in the area where has a weak radio wave, don't worry. You can listen to the programs with clear sound through this internet radio system. No one knows what language will be spoken or what kind of topics they will bring up next Thursday. Don't miss it. See you next Thursday at 6:30 p.m. Bye bye.